limit the amount of hits. He's had a rough go of that so far this year. Let's see if he can turn it around in this one.
No balls and 1 strike. And fellas, we take a look at the Redbirds entering play here tonight. Despite the loss last time out, they enter this one in good shape. Winners in 7 of their last 10.
Yeah, Matty. Dan, this team is playing well. They're getting closer in the division race. I guess my question to you, I want to ask you, did you find that you started to really pitch better as the summer months started to get hotter?
No doubt about it. Not only does his team start feeling better, but I think you get a good vibe starting to go throughout the clubhouse. You realize that the schedule is starting to wind itself down. Every game is more important. The bigger the game, hopefully the better you play. And this team's been playing some really good baseball lately.
With that, a look at the Cubbies' starting lineup. How do they go about taking down their division rival, Mark DeRosa?
Well, Matty, the old cliche goes, battlers, grinders. I know it gets old saying that, but that's the exact description of what this lineup presents today to the opposing pitcher. They do not strike out. He is going to have to grind. He is going to have to keep the ball in the ballpark, and his defense is going to have to be on point.
The 2-1 home. That's softly hit to right. Will that get down? Nope. A nice job by the retreating first baseman to look it in for the out. Stepping in, Chris Bryant. He enters this one second in the National League round trip category. Loud contact off the bat of Bryant and sent deep to left. Ozuna has to retreat to the track, but Kyle Hendricks will be on the bump for game 2 of the series. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, Kyle Hendricks is not one of these overpowering guys. He's a little bit, he reminds me of Greg Maddux. He's 88 to 91 with really good sink, great straight changeup, and has the slurve. Not a true curveball, not a true slider. The key to Kyle Hendricks, inducing early contact. The more pitches that hitters see, the better chance they have to hit on him. If Kyle Hendricks is on, you'll know early he'll be getting a lot of quick outs.
Hey, you want to be the team on the attack, without question. In the bottom of the first, starting it off with a leadoff single gets everyone in your dugout going.
Greg Garcia is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1. Called strike 0-2.
I feel like when you're facing a 2-pitch mix like this, sink or changeup, as an offense, the game plan has to be the fact that you have to get something elevated. You know he's not going to beat you with velocity, so it's going to come down to who executes better.
Bryant trying to get there. He can't get to it. This one's down. Throw in time as he's called out on a very close play at second. The next to bat for St. Louis, Tommy Pham. A couple of hits for him in 4 trips to the plate last night. They'll start him with a sinker here, but that sinks a bit too much that time. It's 1-0. Pham with an even 1-1 count now. Garcia, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. Ripped down the first base line. And he's safe. So definite problems on that last play, and they'll hit the first baseman for the error. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low. Now the 1-0. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. On the run is Almora. And that's the second out of the inning. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now. Here's Marcell Ozuna. His matchup numbers with Hendricks. Just 3 for 14. No balls and a strike to count. Set to deliver the 0-1. Now a changeup hit on the ground to shortstop. Russell's got it, and the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. So in now for Chicago, Kyle Schwarber coming into this one. His season home run total tops in the National League. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. One and one to Schwarber. Now another 1-2. Hit in the air to straightaway center. Pham is right there, and he's got it for out number 1. Anthony Rizzo stands in now, and for him, you have to think a turnaround is coming. Clearly not going his way of late. Hit out towards second. Jerko showing off his range. Throw in time at first for out number 2. Settling in now, Wilson Contreras. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. Swing and a little blooper to center. In there, a base hit. So that'll extend the inning and bring in Addison Russell to bat next.
Well, this was a good start for the pitcher. First 5 guys, 5 up, 5 down, but the number 6 hitter proved to be a little bit more difficult, and that's a bullet hit.
Yeah, absolutely right there, Dan. Just a nice AB by the 6-hole guy after watching his first 5 brethren take a seat.
Here's Addison Russell. He swings and grounds it to short. He's got it. On to second for the force out, and the side is retired. Stepping in for the Cardinals, Jose Martinez. He's set to lead off the home half of the second. Pitch on the way. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Baez has it. Throw, got him, and that's a gorgeous play. Here's the catcher, Yadier Molina. His matchup numbers with Hendricks. He's got 5 base hits in 21 at-bats. And very quickly there, they're 2 gone to start the inning. First delivery to him on the way. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. Throw in time, and the side is retired. And now the Cubs pitcher, Kyle Hendricks, as we are all set to begin the 3rd inning in this one. Popped him up. Molina over to his left. 1 out. The next Cub up, Jason Hayward. And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. Too low, 1-0. 3rd inning, no score to this point. Missed with a breaking ball.
Well, here's a guy we know is swinging it pretty well at the plate lately, and based on those last 2 pitches, I think I know why. He's doing a great job of putting himself in counts where he's likely to be successful.
Counts even to Hayward, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It's amazing. I tell so many fans, you get in a box one time, the one pitch you're going to swing at more than any other is that elevated fastball. Your eyes light up as an offensive player, and you just cannot get to it.
Throw to first will take care of him. Score it 2-3 on the putout, and there are 2 gone now. Digging in for his second at-bat, Javier Baez. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And he takes ball 1.
Looked like he was trying to work in a front door curveball there, but it seemed like it popped out of his hand a little early, causing it to miss inside.
1 ball and 1 strike to the Cubs leadoff batter. So 1-1. Is swung on and missed for strike number 2.
Really deceptive changeup there. Very well executed. It looks like it just sort of dies when it gets close to the plate.
Curveball locks him up, strike 3, and that's the 3rd out. So in now is the Cardinals pitcher, Alex Reyes, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Pitch is popped up. Rizzo has room in foul territory. Oh, and he misses it. Popped up. Back behind second. Therefore, it is Baez, and he's got it for the first out. Digging in the switch hitter, Greg Valera. He reached on a single in his first try. The windup and the 0-1. Behind 0-2 now. Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. The 0-2 once more. Very weakly on the ground. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes.
6 fouls in a row. This is turning into one of those epic at-bats. Who's going to blink first? Is the pitcher going to continue to attack the zone? Or is it...
Oh, hang on now. This ball is smoked to right, and I don't think this one's coming back. No chance. It's gone. Into the box now, Greg Garcia. He'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. Reached by way of a fielder's choice his first time around. And that one stayed too low, apparently. The 1-1. Grounded to the right. Baez fields it cleanly, and that's the second out. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Tommy Pham. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Sinker to open the AB, in there for strike 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. The next 0-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3. And now here's the versatile outfielder Albert Almora Jr. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. Weak chopper up the line. Foul, strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and the ball hit high in the air, deep down the left field line. This has plenty of carry. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. A solo shot here to left. 3rd home run for him on the year. And the Cubs are back to even now at 1 run apiece.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in a game.
Striding in once again, Chris Bryant. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at-bat. First pitch on its way. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike.
1 ball has already left the yard, and the big boys haven't even come up again. Get the fireworks ready.
And he takes something off there and had him way out in front for strike 2.
Looks to me like he's trying to make adjustments pitch to pitch up there at the plate, but he's looked completely thrown off so far. Late on the first one, way out front on the second.
Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now.
That turns out to be a good take on that front door breaking ball, but you have to wonder if that pitch buckled him at all. That was really close to clipping the inside corner.
And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
Wow, it just doesn't seem like he's being as aggressive as he was before he gave up that home run. Was throwing the ball great. Now it seems like...
Meanwhile here, this is going to be trouble out there in left center, as it ought to be good for extra bases. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
As a hitter, the only feeling better than hitting a bomb is driving one into the gap like that. He hustled out of the box knowing he was guaranteed a double, but I think he had thoughts of maybe a triple if the outfielder hadn't gotten it back in right away.
Yeah, there really wasn't any question about that one, going for extra bases off the bat. 0-1 the count. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. And that changeup makes him jump, a swing and a miss.
I wouldn't be surprised if he uses aggressiveness against him right here. If you're going to get a swing outside the zone 1-1, might as well fish a little bit further.
Curveball that time, not even close. And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3. Waiting next is Anthony Rizzo. And he misses there for ball 4. So runners are at first and second now with nobody out. Digging in to try it again, Anthony Rizzo. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Here's the first pitch to him. Slowly hit to first. I don't think they can get 2. And he'll just step on first here to take the shooter out.
The catcher, number 4.
So coming to the plate, Wilson Contreras. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. First pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball. Well, I think his eyes lit up when he saw that pitch coming up at his eye level.
Yeah, good luck. But hey, a high fastball all of a sudden becomes really dangerous for a pitcher if it's not spotted above the zone. A little height difference makes all the difference.
And the runner from third crosses the plate. Here's Addison Russell. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Addison Russell.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Fowler has a read on it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Here's Jed Jerko now. First delivery to him on the way. A little bouncer. Foul ball, however, strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And he fouls this one off.
That fastball must have a little late life on it because that was right in the wheelhouse and he still wasn't able to get good wood on it.
To short. And the throw to first is in time. 1 gone.
Now batting, left fielder.
So striding forward now, Marcell Ozuna. And that misses inside 1-0. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors so far for the Redbirds. A tough sinker on the inside corner. Had him fooled as he swings through the curveball. 2 down. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1. That's wide. 2-0.
Hey, I appreciate the fact that he's making him throw a few pitches. Most of his teammates have been hacking at everything that comes their way.
And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
Count leverage right there, sitting dead red fastball, and he didn't miss it. Nice swing right there, driving it into the outfield for a knock.
And a called strike down in the zone, 0-1.
This is where you got to take stock in the situation. Adjust your batting gloves and realize you need a gapper to score this guy from first. If nothing less, pass the baton to the guy behind you and keep the line moving. And
an underhanded throw is in time for out number 3. Left for the Cardinals. They're down 2-1. Ready for another chance. Kyle Hendricks. His last at-bat didn't go his way as he popped out in foul territory. Ooh, started him with the change, and it's 0-1. Here comes the 0-1. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Look into Molina, now the 1-1. And he pops it up. Under it now, Jerko for the first out.
Up next for the Cubs.
Here's Jason Hayward now. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. First delivery to him on the way. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup. The 0-1 on its way. There's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1.
That's the kind of pitch that reminds me of many reasons why I wasn't a very good hitter. This thing was inside and coming in hot, and he just gave a stone cold take. I'm bailing out of the way if I'm in the box, no doubt about it.
3-1. Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. And he takes a pitch right down the middle. The 3-2 pitch. Right side hit hard. And this will get through into right. And he's aboard with a single. Number 9 batter comes through that time, as it'll now be up to the top of the order with one away. Here's Javier Baez. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Hayward leads off first with one away. Here's a huge swing by Baez and a ball sent to deep left field. And that ball will stay fair, and it's gone. A home run. Two runs on the board after the home run by Javi Baez. 12 home runs for him now thus far, and the Cubs have taken a 4-1 lead.
Boy, when this guy gets in a groove, he can hit him, and when he hits him in bunches. Hit a home run in last night's game, and if they continue to pitch him on the outer part of the plate, look out, this guy's going to do some major damage.
And now here's the versatile outfielder Albert Almora Jr. And he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball. 1-0. A hit in 2 tries for him so far.
That last at bat, he didn't crush that changeup for a home run, but listen, a home run is a home run. This guy's awfully strong, and he can hit it out to any part of the ballpark.
This offense is absolutely feasting on these count leverage situations. If he's going to have any chance of feeling good about his effort tonight, this pitcher has got to get back in the strike zone.
And there's out number 2. Trying to pick things up where we left off. Chris Bryant, 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far.
This guy has been unbelievable. There were billboards outside Wrigley while he was still in AAA, and what does he do when he shows up? Rookie of the Year, MVP. I mean, get in line.
2 out, nobody on. Popped him up. Martinez in foul ground, and no one can get there. It's a foul ball.
If I'm on the mound right now, I know I'm in the hitter's head. He was definitely sitting soft. I might speed him up and elevate it right here.
And the throw is in time. It's a strikeout, and the play at first goes 2-3 for good measure as the inning is over. 2 for the Cubs in the inning on the strength of this 2-run home run. Bottom of the 5th coming up. It's now 4-1 Chicago. Stepping into the box, Dexter Fowler. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. In there, strike 1.
These are huge innings for a team's morale. The pitcher wants to go out and throw that shutdown inning up and get the boys back swinging the bats again with a chance to capitalize and even extend this current lead.
1-2 pitch coming to Fowler. This is on the ground over to first. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Colton Wong will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 16.
Down the third baseline. This is foul for the first strike. And he's got that batting lineup near the 300 mark entering play. Takes a look at a sinker that stayed up high, but good for strike 2. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1 and 2. The 1-2. Ground ball right side. There's Baez, and there are 2 away now. And now back to the leadoff spot in the St. Louis lineup. Stepping in, Breivik Valera. It was a solo shot for him in his last at-bat. 5th inning here in a 4-1 ball game. And now a curveball that bounces up to the plate. It's 1-1. The 1-2. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Now a curveball in there. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3, go.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Cardinals, number 6.
Ready for another chance? Kyle Schwarber. He'll look to get things going here in the Cubs half of the 6th. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he turns on one, sending it high and deep to right. Back goes Fowler. A leap, but it's off his glove. He hit the corner and tries for third. Oh, and the throw back in is a wild one. And he will make it up to third base, as that is a gift there off of what was a terrible throw.
He gave it all he had out there in right field, but he just couldn't quite catch up to it. I liked the effort with the leap, but once it got down, he was off to the races.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now, as the first pitch misses high and inside for ball 1. One and one, the count to the Cubs first baseman.
That's a real good job of going back-to-back fastballs right there. Most of the time, a hitter will see a fastball in the inside half of the plate, and they'll just think, well, this pitcher's going to go back on the outside. But when you double up like he did right there, it sends a message to the hitter that you're not afraid to throw in that inner half of the plate.
Hard hit ball to second. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile, the runner is in to score.
The catcher, number 4.
Digging in to try it again, Wilson Contreras. Base is empty in front of him with one away following the RBI ground out. He's set and the pitch. Leaves a slider up high, but it's taken for a strike. Here it comes. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. The 1-1 home. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Ozuna is under it. 2 gone.
Now batting.
Digging in once again, Addison Russell. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. First pitch on its way. Way in front of a great slider that time. 5 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors for the Cubs to this point in the contest. Hit down the third baseline. A dive, but he can't get a glove on it. It's through for a base hit.
Dan, I'll tell you, it doesn't matter what it looks like right there. That lawn dart felt so good.
Oh, Dero, this guy's been due. He really needed that one.
In now, Kyle Hendricks. Missed with a breaking ball. 0 for 2 for him to this point. And look out. Oh, that ran in and got it. And intentional or not, you do not want to be hitting pitchers out there. Digging in and looking for more, Jason Hayward. He's 1 for 2 in the ballgame. First delivery to him on the way. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. And Fowler will put this one away to retire the side. Striding in once again, Greg Garcia. And through 5 turns at bat, they've only mustered a total of 3 hits. Not terrible, but they're certainly not firing on all cylinders.
Well, it's getting a little bit too late in this game, but this continues like this. In today's game, with so many dominant bullpen arms, you certainly don't want to wait until the 8th or 9th to try to wake the bats up.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A knee-high sinker, tough pitch, strike 1. Here comes the 0-1. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Waiting on it is Almora. 1 down. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. Here's Jed Jerko now. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. The 1-0. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. The set and the 1-1 pitch. Turned on down the line. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. High in the air down the right field line. On the move is Hayward. He gets there, and that's the 2nd out. Here's Marcell Ozuna. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. 0-1. Here it comes. Lays off the sinker here. A ball and a strike. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 home. Doesn't hit the target. It's ball 3.
Time for him to attack on the mound. He knows his team's struggling offensively. Don't mess around and try and nibble. Just be on the attack and let them beat you.
Grounded up the first baseline. But this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. From the stretch. Fouled off. Garcia, the runner at first with 2 gone. And a good at-bat that time as he lays off for ball 4. And as a result, that'll move a runner up into scoring position now with 2. Hit out towards second. Baez ranging to his right. Throw will go to Russell covering at second, and the inning is over. Cards strand a couple. They're down.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Cardinals.
Trying to pick things up where we left off. Javier Baez. He'll match up with a new pitcher to begin their half of the 7th.
Yeah, in his last at-bat, he hit a changeup out for a home run. So it'll be interesting this AB to see if they give him a steady diet of fastballs.
Cardinals get the bullpen started here as a right-hander's up and warming. And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control. 0-2.
He had some really good late action on that slider right there. It's hard to do anything with that pitch unless you're sitting on it and catch it out front before it breaks all the way in.
Fowler has a read on it. 1 out. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Albert Almora. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. Grounded back up the middle. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out. Here's Chris Bryant now. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Popped him up. Jerko is there for it. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Ready for another shot now. Yadier Molina. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. And that's inside for a ball. 1-0. The 1-0. Finds the zone. Strike 1.
Hey, I don't blame him right there. Giving up on that inside curveball, little front hipper. That's a tough pitch. You just can't figure out where the point of contact should be.
Oh, and he has some trouble with it.
Oh, he's in there.
Hold on here, though. You can see the skipper heading out of the dugout now, so that very close safe call might be challenged.
Yeah, Matt, definitely a close play right there. And we're going to take another look at it right here. Boy, that's just so tough to tell for sure from that angle. So we'll see what the decision is from the dugout, whether they want to challenge or not.
So here's the signal from the bench, and they will indeed ask for the play to be reviewed. So the umpires will get on the horn with the replay operations center in Manhattan and attempt to get a definitive answer on this play.
The Cubs have decided to challenge.
All right, so here's one final look at it. Now remember, there has to be indisputable video evidence in order to overturn the call. He was called safe and probably could go either way, but I don't think there's enough right here to change the call.
Dexter Fowler stands in as he can't connect here. 0-1. On the ground to second base. This could be 2. There's 1, but they won't get 2 as he beats the relay to first. Harrison Bader will be summoned off the bench here as he'll pinch hit with a runner at first and 1 gone in the inning. Smoke toward the hole, and that's through for a hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Hey, you know what? Right there, he executed a pitch. He can't worry about where it's going. He just wants to put it on the ground right there, give his defense a chance to work, and it found a hole. Period. The end.
0-1 count and the pitch. And it's 1-1. Well, it's been a good outing so far, but he hasn't really racked up the strikeout totals that you might think, Dan.
Yeah, but for him, Matt, he's more pitch to contact kind of guy, and obviously it's working so far, and the way he pitches, it really keeps his pitch count down.
And this is into the gap for his 3rd hit of the night, and it'll be good for extra bases. And the runner will score from second. And maybe some miscommunication there as the throw zips right by him.
Boy, this guy's having a great game here so far, D-Roll. Home run earlier in the night, and that base hit right there drives in his 3rd run batted in of this game.
Yeah, you drive to the park every day hoping your rhythm and timing is on point with that pitcher's windup, and that's exactly been the case today. He not only mixed in that big bomb, but now he's got 3 ribbies to boot.
Valera stands at 3rd with 1 gone in the inning. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Hayward has a read on it. Makes the catch, but the runner from 3rd breaks for home. But not in time as the run scores and the lead is trimmed to 1. Stepping in for the Cardinals, Tommy Pham. And I think the question becomes, how much longer are they going to stick with this starter? Fatigue could very well become a factor at some point.
Yeah, that's always a tough question to answer for a manager, especially when your guy's still pitching well. You've got to kind of look for some signs. Is he starting to get hit more? Is he losing his command? Even if he's still throwing strikes, stuff like that.
Yeah, good points to keep an eye on if he continues on much longer. Misses, ball 2.
He executed that 1-2 curveball pretty well. I think that's right where he wanted it to end up, but he couldn't get him to chase at it. We'll see what they go with now after that didn't work out.
Man, I thought this at-bat was over. Down 0-2. He's able to work himself back into a hitter's count, 2-2, and he's able to find a knockout.
And that's going to get down in front of Hayward for a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now. Here's Marcell Ozuna as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1. No hits to this point. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
Well, he's throwing a lot of pitches in this one, but it's not like he's walking a bunch of guys.
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. And the tying run comes around to score from second. It's now a 5-5 ball game. Ready once again, Jose Martinez. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. No balls and 1 strike.
It is absolutely amazing how this game has just changed on a dime right here. Credit the offense putting a big inning together to get themselves right back in this ballgame.
And that misses. 2-1.
Well, you know, giving up 3 straight hits is bad enough, but now it looks like he's starting to nibble a little bit. It's hard not to when you're getting hit, but you don't want to put this.
And the center fielder is under it to make a catch, and the inning is over. 9 men come to the plate. 4 score.
Number 70, Tyler Ryan.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And, looked inside, but that's ruled a strike. 0-1. Now here's the pitch. And that one just missed outside. Now the 1-1 pitch. Takes a pass and misses. That's strike 2. The 1-2 is a fastball that misses. The 2-2 is swung on and missed. He got him. Anthony Rizzo stands in now in head-to-head action against Tyler Lyons. He's 5 for 14. He also has 1 home run. Lyons, 30 years of age. His contract is set to expire at the end of this season, so he may end up hitting the market this winter.
Hey, I think if you ask this guy honestly how his season's gone so far, he'd tell you he's not happy with it. It's been kind of an average year for him, but he has time to get hot and make that salary push.
First pitch of the at-bat. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Pham giving chase. He's there to make the play, and that'll
Leading off for St. Louis.
first pitch on its way. And looks like he got the call there on the pitch inside. It's 0-1. Line toward the gap in left center. And there's a base hit. So just like that, the leadoff man's aboard, representing the potential go-ahead run. Here's Dexter Fowler now. No hits for him yet in the game, despite his team's offensive onslaught. Left side, but well foul. This is pulled into right. And he drops it. Throw will hold him at second, but the go-ahead run's in scoring position now with still nobody out. Reggie Larson come on to pinch hit here in a big spot. Laid off as it caught the inside corner. Crowds him a bit with a fastball there, and it's to 1-1. That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now.
Yeah, right there, it's tough to be able to dive out over the plate. I know it's a pitch people think you can get to, but after you're pounded in twice, that ball looks like a foot outside.
Bryant has a tough play, but he ranges back to put it away for the first out. And time will be called here, as with the important go-ahead run at second base, they'll opt to go and get a little more speed out there. As a look, now the pitch. Ground ball sent back up the middle. The second for one on to Rizzo, but a little slow in developing as they'll just get the one out. So coming to the plate, Greg Garcia, and their runners at the corners now. Strike one to start the at-bat. A high fastball is in there. With runners in scoring position this season, Garcia brings a batting average in the low 220s to the table.
He'd be the first to tell you he's not happy with his batting average this season, but he can beat you in a variety of different ways, and he has to because he wouldn't be here otherwise.
Working to keep it tied. Here's the pitch. This one misses, and that'll fill the count here. 3-2 with 2 away. Crowd gets up for the 3-2. And here's a ball hit in the air. And foul. Out of the stretch, the 3-2 pitch home. High in the air out to center field. Waiting on it is Almora. He hauls it in, and the potential go-ahead run will... St. Louis, Missouri, known as the gateway to the West, and of course the home of the Cardinals. Santuri Malala will be on the mound to start the 9th inning, and his job will be keeping the ball game tied until the bottom half. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Fastball not close, and he runs it to 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and a strike. Here it is. Man, and he's nowhere near that pitch. It's 2-2.
You never want to take the aggression away from a ball player, but in this situation, I'd like to see the leadoff guy try and work the count a little bit more, especially when this pitcher's missing like he is.
Full count now. Now the 3-2 pitch. And look out as this one catches him, and a big mistake there as now the go-ahead run is aboard to lead off the inning.
Kyle Hendricks.
Tommy La Stella come on to pinch hit now with a runner at first and nobody out.
Tommy La Stella.
This is pulled into right. But this is right at him in right field as he hardly has to move to take it in for the first out. Now at the plate, Jason Hayward is one away. The runner at first represents the potential go-ahead score. Double play is in order, however. Line towards center field. And that's in there. Base hit. And the throw will go to second as they get to force out. And they've got the runner hung up between first and second. The Next to bat for St. Louis, Tommy Pham. He singled his last time up.
Center fielder, Tommy Pham.
And a strike called at the knees, 0-1. Set to deliver the 0-1. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. The 0-2 delivery. Lofted in the air out toward right center. On the move is Hayward, and a reaching effort, but this ball gets by him as he does a half gainer to try to flag it down. And he will make it all the way to third now as that mistake proves a costly one indeed. So that's now 7 triples for him on the season, fellas.
And Matt, that's a pretty good number. That tells me he loves to shoot the ball in the gap, and he's not afraid to go full throttle around the bases.
This is a situation where you're going strictly for the strikeout. Infield in, and from the offensive standpoint, you're just trying to create hard contact and get it by that infield.
And he'll look at a called third strike, and that winning run will hold at third with 1 big out on the scoreboard. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Possible winning run just 90 feet away here. 1 away. Count is 1-2 now. And he takes a big swing at that one as this one's lifted high in the air and deep out to left field. And they're going to walk off here with a 6-5 victory. And a high bounce will take it over the outfield wall, and this ball game is over.